Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Welcome to Tales with TR, episode 258A, 258B. We're going to have Big Bad Wayne Primo, veteran of nearly 800 NHL games, 7 teams, star and junior with the Owen Sound Platers and Oshawa, I believe, and Oshawa. I know Wayne's career is a year older than me. Well, not even, but hockey-wise. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. And I'm going to be in Calgary this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're doing the Pro-Am Alzheimer's event. Really looking forward to that. And there'll be some big-time, let's see here. I'll tell you who's going to be there with me. We're going to have Aaron Ward, Brian Big Earn McGrattan, Brian Scrudland, Craig Levy, Curtis Glencross, Darren Van Imp, Dave Babbage, Derek Roy, Jeff Schultz, Jeremy Roenick, Mark Recchi, Martin Jelena, Mason Raymond, Matt Climby, Matt Cook, Matt Stajan, Matt Barnaby, Mike Commodore, Mike Krushelniski, Pierre Turgeon, Ray Bork, Rebecca Johnston, Scott Gomez, myself, Todd Simpson, and Wayne McBain. What an event. Can't wait. Looking forward to this one. Thank you, NHL alumni. Thank you, host committee in Calgary. Yeah, looking forward to it. We're going to raise some money for Alzheimer's. Well, for Alzheimer's research, whatever they do. The money's going to go into a good cause. And looking forward to getting back to Alberta, to oil country. Going to be out, leaving tomorrow morning. I'll be out there 10 a.m. on a Friday. Looking forward to it. Played in Red Deer, of course, just about an hour and change up the road. Looking forward to seeing some of my old buddies, partners in crime, relatives, newfies. Ring me up for saying that. Although I think it's the context. What I'm saying is that a lot of Newfoundlanders recently don't like to be called newfies. I understand. I think it's the context that you say it. Fucking newfie. To me, that's not good. Hey, Noof, how you doing, newfie? Come on over. It's what you make of it, right? Newfoundland, newfie. I think a lot of locals, a lot of people from here maybe had their backs up because we had those newfie jokes, which we would tell as much as anybody. So we're as guilty. But, people would look, the Polish jokes, newfie jokes, dumb blonde jokes kind of thing. Most of those are a thing of the past. But I never really took offense because you can buy the newfie joke books right here at the airport. We're as much known for self-deprecating humor. I don't think we're idiots. I don't think anybody at this point thinks we are. I think people celebrate Newfoundland. We get lots of tourism. Canada seems to, and the world, I mean, we're part of Canada, but seems to embrace us. So I never took offense when I went away when I was 14, 15 years old. And then some, down the road until now. I'm away and back a lot. But, people used it to me as a term of endearment. So I never took offense. I'm looking forward to Calgary. Yeah, I'm going to answer some questions here today. And if you're going to be in Calgary and you want to come to our event, I'm going to post Terry Ryan 2020 on Instagram because I don't have a poster yet. But here it is. We're going to be, give me a second. It's at Flames Community Arenas on 47th Avenue in Calgary Southwest. Basically, it's the same sort of setup as Hockey Helps the Homeless. We're going to be at the Oliver East Building on 10th Avenue Southwest Calgary on draft night. I guess it says we're going to be at doors open 6:15, the Rooftop YYC. Yeah, so just check out. I'm going to post. We're at a bunch of places, but the first day, there's like a live Q&A with Jeremy Roenick and Mark Recchi. That'll be cool. Yeah, we're going to be at the Flames Community Arenas for most of the weekend. Someone will draft us on all those people I mentioned. There's a draft. Whoever raises the most money picks first. Lots of legends right there. Then we get to play usually 3 games. Here we're playing 6, so that should be a lot of fun. Usually when these events are in Calgary or Edmonton, I know a lot of Newfoundlanders out there, a lot of Western leaguers, a lot of people I played with or against. So, and we're raising money, man. So come on by. Donate. Get off your wallets, as they say. And donate some money. Now, hey, TR. Figgy Fox wants to know in Kansas City. A lot of people don't realize Kansas City is not in Kansas. It's right across the border in Missouri. I know because I played there against them. Hop and fucking barn, too. Kansas City Blades when I played there. Okay, Figgy Fox, do players get paid in the playoffs? Actually, yes. A lot of people think they don't. I don't know exactly the numbers. I really don't. I remember getting called up. Like I said, I was a black ace in Montreal, man. I stayed out of their way for the most part, but we did have to go on and practice We had to fill in there. We had to be around. So we got paid a portion like everybody else did. What it is, guys, you hear people say, they're doing it for the love of the game because guys like Matthews or fucking McDavid or the leaders on every fucking I can go down over the league. All the best players on all the teams make so much money, 10 million plus, that I suppose it's a little drop of water in a bucket. But you do, yeah. So I know that from friends that have been to the Stanley Cup final fairly recently. You get to the final, you get six figures. You get that. Low six figures, I believe. And I don't know what people have in bonuses. I don't know any of that. I know as the collective bargaining agreement after that first round, this was 20 fucking odd years ago, and I got paid, I don't know, like $16,000 or something, which for me was fucking great. It depends how far you go, how many games you play, how many rounds you go. But like a Stanley Cup winner on a standard deal or whatever, I would think it's around 200,000, maybe a little more, a little less, if you go all the way and win the cup, right? If you go all the way and win the cup. And that's about all I know. That's all I can answer. Yes, you get paid in terms of a comparison, what your regular season pay is. It's nothing, but, it's better than a kick in the fucking ass. And anybody on my neighborhood right now, when I look out the window, would fucking welcome the playoff pay for anybody in the NHL. I'm guessing the first round still, I don't know, 30 grand maybe. I don't know. Something like that. Thanks for asking, Figgy Fox. Hey, TR, what the hell happened to the Oilers last night? Do you think they have a chance against Dallas? With Dallas having beat them 6-3 last night, from Emily. Emily in Scranton, Oilers fan from Canada. Okay. I'm guessing you're Scranton, Pennsylvania. So, which is a good hockey town, by the way, underrated. Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pittsburgh's farm team for years. I think they still are, but yeah, I love playing there. Nice barn. Yeah, of course I think they get a chance. The Oilers dominated that game off the start. The Stars didn't have many chances. The third period, the Oilers were undisciplined, and oddly enough, from veterans that should know the difference, people argued Evander Kane's high stick, but I think it was a high stick. Corey Perry took an offensive zone aggression penalty. And 9 out of 10 times Corey Perry's doing that. I like it because it shows a bit of spunk and people are kept honest, I guess. Some people are intimidated. It's good playoff hockey, but you can in that situation. And they were up 3-1, not 10-1. Yeah, I didn't love that play by Perry. But, the Oilers, I thought, were in control until they did that. The Oilers lost that, I thought, more than the Dallas Stars won, if that makes any sense. They brought it on themselves. They put themselves down. They took a few penalties. And, I mean, I hear all this Skinner stuff. Yeah, he could have been a bit better, man. Come on. Throw the guy a bone. 2 shutouts in a row to end the last series. And, yeah, he could have been better here. Yeah, he could have been. But it wasn't his fault. Fuck. It was to me, if you had to point out one thing, it would probably be the penalties. And with that came when the Oilers start to get undisciplined, and not only, taking penalties and going to the box, but in the way they approach their systems, and, they can look like the best team in the league. And a lot could argue that they are. They also, when they lay an egg, they really lay it, man. And when they start trying to overcompensate and getting caught out of position, and Dallas is not a team that you want to do that against. Dallas to me seem to really like they'll wait, and then they'll pounce on an opportunity. And they're not going to be intimidated either. Dallas are fucking tough, man. All of the above. They fight, they block shots, they throw hits. Guys like Ben love doing it. Guys like Seguin, you might say, he's not that tough. Yeah, we fucking stick you, man, right in the balls if he got to. They got a lot of spunk on that team, and they're not going to ever go away. And they didn't go away last night. I'm still taking the oil, man. I'm still taking the oil. I saw the game. You saw the game, Emily. You're a big fan. And there's nothing there. I mean, I picked the Oilers at the beginning of the season, so I'm going to stick with that. And when I picked them at the beginning of the playoffs, the first couple of games didn't look too promising. But the big thing I find with the Oilers that they've got, whereas, Leafs Nation are out there still hurting, and you never know, and you get big slumps from the best players. And I'm being objective about that. I do think I think each one of the Oilers core four or the Leafs core four that's getting all this shit, I think they could really help. I don't know. I don't think I would definitely break them up. It was painful to watch at times. It was puke inducing. It really was. You see McDavid in the playoffs last year when he lost his fucking mind, and Curtin came back a little bit, and you saw what how intense that is. And the Leafs seem, I'm not going to say eager to lose, but definitely accepting. They're they eat almost to a person. They'll come out and Matthew's comments were odd. We had too many passengers. Jesus Christ, too many passengers in Game 7. What an odd time to have passengers. And I think Willie just like, could have played better. I kind of respect that about Willie. That he's just, he's not too bothered by anything. I mean, why? I guess he had a thick skin to play in Toronto, but there is something to be said about McDavid's demeanor after a loss, right? Hold everybody accountable, including yourself. Lose your fucking mind a little bit too much. Keep everybody. And I hear Nathan McKinnon is like that. That's what it takes often to win. Anybody see The Last Dance with Michael Jordan? There you go, man. I'm not in any way opposed to a captain or any kind of leader really taking a stance, as long as you're going to hurt some feelings along the way. But if you get everybody on board, however you can do that. Getting back to it, yeah, I mean, I do. I think watching Mitch Marner is like watching often a creative artist, a painter, musician create, a piece of art. Sometimes watching him play is you're watching a magician, an artist. His hockey IQ is through the roof. But if you get to the playoffs and it keeps happening that, and I don't even know if he's consciously jamming out like everybody. He's fuck him. He's fucking jamming out, no balls. I don't know. It might just be the way they play, the way he played. For them, the core four, they all are very similar, right? Like to get them, they're never going to fight you. They're not going to hit much. They will here and there. Willie had a few flybys in the final game, cost goals. Yeah, I think much like Phil Kessel, they can win on another team. I do. A different situation. It wouldn't surprise me at all if each and every one of the main core players, people say core four on Toronto, I'll extend it to, Morgan Riley, guys that have been there for a while. I mean, I thought the players that they brought in from Tanev, Lawton, Lorenz, I thought they did add a level of spunk this year they didn't have, but they still weren't Florida. And your main players, if the common denominator is still, no fighting whatsoever. I'm not saying you got to fight, but just knowing that that's the mindset, that I'm not going to, I'm probably not going to hit the most. Although a few of them did go out of their way a few times, but it's just not their nature, man. And you look at it, I would probably take guys like Reinhart and Bennett and Marchand and Ekblad. Now all of a sudden, I mean, Ekblad was this skilled fucking. Ekblad was what was I saying? Well, he was a skilled player coming through when he was drafted so high. I mean, he was meat and potatoes and elbows and fighting and grit and spunk being a huge part of his game. But he's absorbing the leadership that's being presented to him in Florida, and I think they have great leaders. That's it. So I know that wasn't the question. It's tough, but if you're Leafs Nation, I would think at the very least, man, you got Tavares up and you got Marner up. I would probably, and you're going to get a lot, right? Tavares right now, what's he on the books for? Like fucking 11 million. They're both like around 11 million. I don't know, 11, 12. So you're opening up a lot. It's not just two players. You get four real good players for that. What's Ryan O'Reilly? Like, I know I just threw it out there because he's the kind of player that Toronto would probably covet again. And Ryan makes what, like 6.5 or 7, right? So you get almost two of those guys for one Marner, right? What else do you need? You want to pad any position? You want to add depth? Having 20 odd $1 million available to you will get you a lot of that, and it'll change the dynamic of the room. I wouldn't have a hard time saying it either. I'd say, guys, I wish you luck, but we're going in a different direction. Thanks for your time. They did a lot of great things for the Leafs. I mean, the Leafs sell out every game. They got Leafs Nation are loud and proud, and even though they're upset, they'll still be there from a business perspective, yeah, I mean, it's a success, right? There's 32 teams in the league. 16 make the playoffs. So there you got 4 home games. You get a couple anyway. So that's going to be extra revenue. If you make the second round and you go to the 7th game in the second round, then you've played, right? You get all those extra home gates and TV, you get paid through that. Fans all over the world and extra jerseys and playoff push. And, we're talking about tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, man. So, like, if you're Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, you probably look at it as a success. I mean, you don't as a Leafs fan, and I think it's absurd to see it that way. But I've never let just my pocketbook run my life or my decisions. If you're a big company like that, I suppose the number one goal is the bottom dollar. We see that all the time as consumers here in this more and more elitist world where I think the gap, I don't know, but it seems to me the gap between rich and poor is bigger than it ever has. And the middle class is not non-existent, but getting pushed more towards the bottom. My fucking dad is a teacher. My mom didn't work. I grew up fine. Now I think I'd be hurting. Anyway, question was about the Oilers. Yeah, the question was about the Oilers. And where was that? Yeah. No, I think the Oilers are fucking fine. I think they're all right. I think they're in. They had a bad game last night. Not even a bad game, a bad period. But if they have one thing going for them, they have leadership. Unlike other teams, I find that McDavid and Draisaitl, the two juggernauts, always show up. They always show up. They're going to get their points. They're going to get their chances, and everybody else feeds off that. Sometimes the team fucks up. Sometimes they make mistakes, but I'm confident in their best players leading them. So I'm still taking the Oil. I took them in 6 games at the beginning, and I think they're going to win 4 of the next 5. There you go. And if they don't, I'm not saying it's guaranteed here either. Certainly not saying that because Dallas are a great squad. I nearly took them at the beginning of the season too. I figure I'm on Edmonton radio. If I don't really know, I might as well err on the side of the oil country. Lots of fucking Oilers fans here in Newfoundland too. People think it's Leafs or Habs, and it often is. But this day, I mean, Ryder won with Boston. Newhook won with Colorado. Cleary won with Detroit, all in the last 15 years or so. A lot of fans here support those teams now. And you see, like, there's a lot of Newfoundlanders in Alberta, man. There's a lot. So there's lots of Oilers fans here, lots of Calgary fans. Wayne Primo. So this guy's really interesting. My favorite Wayne Primo fact is that he fought his brother Keith in an NHL regular season game. I don't know how many times that's happened. We're going to ask him about it, but and he's fucking great career. Big guy that often was a shutdown and good at it. Wayne could really score too, but he was put in more of a role to more of a defensive role. When you get up there and you find a niche, you take it, you work with it, and he became a great player. Like I said, almost 800 games. So really looking forward to Wayne Primo. We're going to have him on later today. Thanks for listening to this. Calgary, I'll see you guys soon. People ask about Shoresy. And I have a website up now, terryryan.ca. I think you heard at the beginning of the podcast. Just check it out if you want some merch, you want signed books, whatever it is. Book me for an event, a video, whatever it is. And so Calgary, come check it out. I am going to actually bring some merchandise out there with me. And I got a lot of fans there from, like I said, when I played junior in Red Deer. So I'm going to meet up with them. The first set of games, wherever I said they were, I think Flames Community Complex, whatever it was. I haven't been to this particular arena, but we're going to be there at 7:30 to 10:30 on Saturday and Sunday, and Friday is the draft. Now, you don't have to be part of it to come and donate some money, have a chat, talk a little bit about Shoresy, Montreal Canadiens, writing books, whatever the hell you want to talk about. And there'll be lots of NHL legends there. So come on, donate a little bit of money. Let's raise some money for a fucking awesome cause. A lot of you ask about, Shoresy. So we did shoot season 5, but there's a turnaround there, right? Like a lot of people expect it to come out immediately because we just recorded it. It's not going to be the case. But I would think the fall or Christmas Day, Letterkenny used to come out, something like that. Maybe it'll be later the year. And we're also going to announce possibly another tour going to with the Shoresy Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs live in action for real. So that's going to be real fun. And that should be, if I was a betting man, I'd say that'd be around fall or maybe early winter as well. Stay tuned. And yeah, we got Wayne Primo. We've got lots of great guests coming up. It's going to be a little bit more of a regular schedule here this summer. Looking forward to that. Thank you very much for listening. If you're downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, and Labrador, you want to head out, that's going to happen a lot. Tourist season, it's just around the corner. Downtown shuts down, no all pedestrian traffic, no vehicular traffic. Weather gets better, icebergs are coming in. What a great time to be alive. If I found myself down there on this particular weekend or any weekend coming up, I would check out definitely Trinity Pub, TJ's Pub, Rob Roy Confusion, the Martini Bar, Greensleeves, and of course the Bull and Barrel. Lots of great bars. Those are the ones that I tend to frequent. If I'm going to go out to a restaurant, I like to go to the Loose Tie. I like to go to Blue on Water. If I'm going to grab a snack, if I'm going to head up Elizabeth Avenue way in the middle of the day, I'll go to Wedgwood Cafe. They also do catering. If I want to work out, and I recommend this to every fucking local athlete right here in St. John's, Newfoundland, and even beyond local because he does it online. Ryan Power at Power Conditioning. Boom! Strength and balance for the body and mind. Rope Walk Lane. He's going to fill up this summer for sure if you're looking at youth programs, if you're looking at getting ahead, if you're an elite athlete, even if you're not. In any case, wherever you are, it's going to make you a better person and a better player, a better athlete, a better professional, and give you some peace of mind. Ryan Power, Power Conditioning. If you want to go, Mr. Lube, there's 2 locations here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. One's on Kenmount Road, one's on Torbay Road. Live, laugh, lube! Carpet Factory, check it out. Laying the carpet for your community. GS Construction. Laying the groundwork for your community way out west in Edmonton Way. Love GS Construction. True Hockey. Take what's yours. Crown Cabinets. Check it out, folks. Why the fuck wouldn't you? And of course, Muggsy Jeans. I loves me Muggsy Jeans. I'll be back in just a couple of days with more Tales with TR. Featuring Wayne Primo. Actually, that'll be tonight. Thanks for listening, folks. Catch you guys on the rebound.